Hello, everybody. Jack Farr here for Box to Box Football, joined by James. We apologize that it has been a while. I'd like to think that you can see by my background that my background has changed. I've moved house. I'm living with my girlfriend now. I've been on holiday. Changed jobs. There's all sorts of different crazy things going on in my life. I'm playing a lot of football. I'm doing a lot of this and a lot of that. Um, James, do people want to hear this? Do people want to hear this about you and me, or should we just get right into it?
Let's just get right into
Let's get right into it. So James messages me earlier today, and he goes, "Jack, I want to do a video on Vinicius Junior." And I was like, "Okay, cool. I kind of interesting, whatever." And then Vinicius Junior scores a hat trick in a game that they're losing against Borussia Dortmund, and I think James has a little bit more ammunition to talk about Vinicius Junior, who he believes is the best player in the world. James, I think maybe you were a little bit like, well, Mbappe can be that guy. What did today's performance and the caliber of the hat trick that you saw from Vinicius Junior confirm to you about Vinicius Junior and his probable Ballon d'Or win in the coming weeks?
I don't think people understand how significant this is because I don't normally just crown people the best player in the world. Because them people are like, oh, somebody has a good 2 weeks, he's the best player in the world. Oh, for the last 36 hours, he played really well, so he's the best player in the world. Or a 6 month period, he's been the best player in the world. No, it takes time. It really did take time. To me, it was always Messi and Ronaldo for a long period of time, and then after those two pandered away, and it took a long time for them to get that stranglehold of it. Mbappe to me is correct as the best player in the world. And now, for the first time, I can genuinely look into my soul and say, "Now, Vinny's better than Mbappe," which is crazy. And you guys know how much I love Mbappe, but I can't argue what I've seen in the last 2, 3 seasons from Vinny. Yeah, and especially these last 12 months, and watching the fact that when Mbappe signed for Real Madrid, the whole synopsis was it's Mbappe's team. Vinny, you take a back seat. Vinny, Mbappe is the best player in the world. World Cup. Look what he did in the last World Cup final. All that stuff, goals, records, and all that there. Mbappe's team. Vinny, go aside. Me watching that performance today, and me watching Vinny since the start of the season, he isn't taking no back seat. He's right there sticking his chest out saying, when anything is going wrong with Real Madrid, you don't look at anybody else. You look at me first. I'll take the responsibility. And the way he stuck out his chest, the way how he's not, let's say, just giving the ball to, I'm seeing areas where Vinny should give the ball to Mbappe, say, no, this is still my team. I'm gonna take it on. And granted, sometimes I'm like I am Jack. I'm genuinely frustrated seeing give the ball, pass the ball, but Vinny believes in himself and he knows that he's gonna drag this team forward. And Jack just watching them last two goals and how devastating it was. Him picking the ball 90 yards away from his goal and driving and driving and driving. And nobody take away from him Mbappe's run to take the defender away. But Vinny's ability to drive, take on the man and whip it. And then a second goal. In and out, top corner with his left. It's like the celebration with just pointing to his chest and doing the Ronaldo thing. I'm here with the shirt off. It's everything right now. And I I, I think Mbappe might feel uncomfortable because I get he had Neymar to like pander to, but for a long period of time he's always felt like the man for PSG, for France. Right now he has to play second fiddle because I don't think you can look away from Vinny at all. So I don't know how comfortable he feels right now in where he is because even I look at the system and the areas that Vinny pops up in, that's where Mbappe loves to pop up. He doesn't want to be the one making that like unselfish run. He wants to be the one running with the ball. He wants to be taking on the defenders. But overall, what I've seen from Vinny in the past 2 years, it's undeniable. And a couple of years ago, he was disrespected in a Ballon d'Or vote in the year Real Madrid won that. Real Madrid won that double, and Benzema had that incredible year. He was disrespected. I think he was fourth in the Ballon d'Or voting. Yeah, I think it's fair enough that he gets to win one because he's been again. You can tell me the Rodri and I went for Rodri, but you're saying Mbappe doesn't deserve that. I think it'll be hard to say, and just to see that performance there, wow, honestly,
Yeah,
wow.
Vinicius Junior.
No, sorry,
So
Vinicius Junior, Vinicius
I
Junior.
kind of want to explore the Real Madrid dynamic a little bit more. So I guess, I don't want to make this video about Mbappe, but let me ask you, James, does in this situation, let's say we're 6 months, we're getting to the end of the season, or maybe it's even some point next season, right? Does iron sharpen iron here? Does Vinicius Junior push Mbappe to be better, and Mbappe pushes Vinicius Junior to be better, and Bellingham's pushing them both to be better, and all this kind of stuff? Or does the relationship become a bit fractured at some point? Does a slight argument or frustration that, you know what, the ball should have come. I was open. I'm Kylian Mbappe. You should play that ball to me. Do the egos get in the way here, or does iron sharpen iron and we just ascend to greatness?
What I want to say is iron sharpen iron in the sense of greatness. I think one of the biggest things that we can look at is that they are at Real Madrid. And before all your egos, before all, because as good as great as big as Mbappe and Vinny's ego is, Real Madrid will always come before all that nonsense. We've seen players like Cristiano Ronaldo go, Raul go, all these great Galacticos. Real Madrid comes first, but I won't be surprised in the back of Vinny's mind. He also has a teammate that he just recently come back from football called Neymar. And we know his relationship with Kylian. We know the rumors and all this stuff there. So I won't be surprised if that there's a little chirp here or there. Be wary of him. He does this, he does that. I don't want to get into that drama because at the end of the day, I want to see good football and I want to see them get the best out of each other. But I think at the end of the day, Mbappe has an ego. Mbappe wants, like, you look at the way he operates for like France. Um, he doesn't like to play as a central guy. He loves the Jack. You remember the pivot gang nonsense. He needed somebody to bounce off. I don't know how long this is going to work for him, but I like to believe that he's willing to sacrifice because at the end of the day, Jack, this was his dream to play for Real Madrid. Yeah, so he will do any. So he should be willing to do anything to make Real Madrid successful. And I'm pretty sure, Jack, there'll be days when Mbappe goes nuts I'm clapping. But right now, it's Vinny's show.
Yeah. So I guess what I want to kind of move on to now as well is how you think tactically Real Madrid look and how everybody fits in. I know this video is about Vinicius Junior, but a lot of the reports and things that I see are about Jude Bellingham being in a different position or something not quite working out or changing this or changing that. As far as I'm concerned, I'm looking at the form table and I'm seeing the best in form over the last 5 games, the most informed team in La Liga. That's Real Madrid. Undefeated in their last five. That run may even extend. Obviously, we can see. I know a bit of a worry at one point, but convincingly going to be going through to the Champions League. Is there a certain level if it ain't broke, don't fix it, or do you think you keep tinkering until you really truly believe you have the best team in world football?
Real Madrid are always going to find results, Jack. And right now, it does look a bit unbalanced. It does look a bit clunky. They do look exposed. It's not quite free flowing. But the one thing that Real Madrid have, I compare them to Barcelona, for instance, right now. Who's been playing the best overall team football and overall football? It's Barcelona. So when they go against each other in the Clasico, I'm going to back the team with incredible individuals like Rodrigo, like Mbappe, like Vinny, like Bellingham. And that's the biggest thing. Real Madrid don't look great right now. They don't look like jointed. They don't have the 100% chemistry like FIFA Ultimate Team right now. But they do know how to get the job done. Yeah, and those great individuals, they find a way. Real Madrid have found a way in the past 5 years without playing well. Yeah, and they're Jack. To me, they're like they're just doing so. Will they find out fit, Jack? They might not. They might have to wait till about March to find the fit because there is so many moving parts here. I think you're still asking yourself, is Camavinga going to take that leap where Modric doesn't have to be playing 70 odd minutes? Yeah. Could they find a way to operate with Bellingham maybe a bit deeper or like does he play higher? Is Alagula going to get a chance there? Can Vinny and Mbappe and Rodrigo work together on a consistent basis? There's a lot that's going to go throughout the season, but when you have the quality and abundance that they have, you know, they're going to keep on winning games, Jack.
Are we starting to enter back into a good La Liga, an excitement for the Clasico that maybe we've not seen for a few years? Because the Messi and Ronaldo era of the Clasico was something special. We know that. That was a game you could not miss. The Osasuna game was a little bit of an outlier for Barcelona losing in the fashion that they did. How impressed have you been with Barcelona, and how excited are you for the El Clasico? And is Vinicius Junior going to put on a show?
Well, one of Vinicius Junior's most trademark games is a Clasico. He's had some big games. I think he scored a hat trick recently in like one of the Clásicos. Barcelona have been absolutely stunning, but will it reach the heights of them Clásicos, Jack? I went back and watched one the other day. Maybe not, because the
No.
level of football, the level of stars, and all that stuff there was just honestly, it was an all-time high in not just La Liga football, but just football in general. But I think it's going to be interesting. Will Vinny play a part? I think right now with the way if you're a wrestling fan, it's main event Jey Uso. Right now, it's Ballon d'Or Vinny, and Vinny might have to play another part in just another chapter of Real Madrid's Classico history.
So James, final thing and final question here. How sustainable is this? Are we going to see a 3, 4, 5 year run of Vinicius Junior dominating at the top of football, or do you think this is going to have a bit of a lifespan to it? Maybe Mbappé comes again, maybe Haaland moves to Real Madrid or Barcelona and comes. And yeah, how does this look going forward? Do you think this is sustainable for a
Vinny,
player like Vinicius?
Vinny, 100%. Vinny's, I think, I don't know how young Vinny is, I think maybe 24 or something like that. But Jack, to see where he was and just see where he is right now his improvement, I think, should keep like, look for instance right now. And I know this guy keeps on mentioning it, but a player like Mudryk, he probably looks at Vinny and be like, okay, if he can do it. Now, granted, we know how talented Vinny was when he joined Real Madrid. He's going to believe he went through some dark times and he came out over the top. And Mudryk would believe that too. But I look at a player like Vinny right now, Jack. He doesn't have to improve. All he has to do is just stay consistent now. And Jack, we're looking at all-time rankings. That's seriously where he's at right now. Could he compare to the rest of the Brazilians? Now he would also have to do it to me on the international stage, which he has struggled with. But if he keeps on going, he doesn't even have to improve. We're looking at an all-time great winger. And he could trump players like Bale and some great Madridistas. He can overcome them.
Guys at home, you've heard what James thinks. That's a pretty strong argument for best player in the world. Please like the video if you agree, comment if you disagree. Make sure that you're subscribed if you're not. And until next time, me and James, we will see ya.